Yesterday, we're in New Haven, Connecticut.
Yep.
Go out to breakfast, whatever you call it, right? It's, well, Google this place, number one rated place in town. We go to it.
Cool.
Okay.
Yep.
The story's going to be 90 seconds and you decide. So we order, everyone orders, and we order, eggs, and then Derek orders eggs and like a sausage or whatever. And then we go, oh, well, let's get the pancakes too. And then after, like at Waffle House, when you go, I want the pancake, but bring that out after.
Yeah.
Like that's the sugary, sweet.
It's like a dessert kind of.
Yeah, bring that out. Like, so we go, hey, he'll have the Eggs Benedict, I'll have the number one sampler or whatever. And then we want a waffle, 3 waffles after, 10 minutes later. All right, sounds good, right? Everybody's doing good. So we eat the food, we're done. Chatting, nothing. Don't see anything. And this is also not a full restaurant. The restaurant is not full. There's 2 servers in there, and there are 3 tables. Look over there, nothing. I say we're done with our food now, so about 15 minutes goes by. So probably 20 minutes after, maybe 25 minutes after we said, and then I go, hey, I stood up, went over to like find him, and I was like, hey, can we get that waffle? And he goes, oh yeah, let me bring that right out. We saw him go to the computer and put it in.
Never rang it in.
No.
Yeah.
Because the kitchen was an open kitchen. We could see the kitchen.
Yeah.
And the guys were just chilling, texting. Yeah. And then we saw him get the thing, get the ticket, and then do it. We watched the whole thing. Okay. So that, and then so then we go, all right, here we are, moral dilemma, and we're not the tipping podcast.
Here we are.
But what do you do? So, and then, okay, so then he finally brings, I'll give you the kicker at the end. But so we go, all right, well, this is not good. It's not good.
In terms of the service, you're judging the service.
It's bad, and it's not, because if you judge this, we're slammed.
Yeah.
Hey, we're so slammed, I'm not going to be able to get to you for like 10 minutes. So y'all just chill out. Sounds good.
Cool.
It's not his fault.
Right.
This is his fault.
Yeah.
But I was like, is this my fault for like ordering something special? He goes, no, that's a reasonable thing to request.
You guys are talking about this at the table.
Yes,
yeah.
While it's not, and we're just getting increasingly heated. Of
course.
Because we're just mad it's not there.
Yeah.
So we go, well, sometimes they split the tip. Have you ever heard like they split the tips with everybody?
Yes.
So then it's unfair to the kitchen staff that I shouldn't withhold a tip from them, but it's also unfair to the gratuity situation. Sure. Is if it's not, the reason we have it is incentive, I think.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I'll tip 10%.
Okay.
Which is, I've never tipped 10% in my life that low. I've never tipped that low unless it's 0.
Sure.
I tip with like at an iPad or whatever. I tip 0.
Right.
So I go, I'm doing it. I'm doing 10%, which I've never done.
Did they hype you up at the table? They're like, you got this, like 10%.
Dude, this is your time.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like Rocky. I was like hyping myself up. And then, and I was, so we were, because I go, it is a disservice to that person if they want to continue on, and if we're not doing something well on this podcast, it is a disservice for me not to be like, hey, we should fix this.
For sure.
And if I'm doing a disservice, and it is also for you not to tell me.
Yep.
So to tip this guy, I didn't think that's no problem. And I'm not the moral like police of like where this guy, it's
sure.
So I go, I'm not doing it. I'm tipping 10%. I'm not going to tip 0. That's insane. I don't think anyone. And then he brings out the pancakes. He goes, sorry about that. Pancakes are on the house.
Have you already written the check?
No, but he brought the check and the pancakes at the same time.
You just mentally made up your mind that it was going to be 10, but then he waived it for you.
Pancakes are on the house.
Hey, this changes things.
Because now he's acknowledging I screwed up.
Yep.
But he still screwed up. But now it's like, you ever been like one of your buddies like invites you to his bar or their restaurant to go, hey, it's free. And you go, yeah, but I should tip like $200.
Yeah.
Because that's how this transaction
run my card for one drink. That way I can.
That's how this works.
Put a tip on this.
Yeah. He's like, oh, well, it's free. Well, it's not free. It's, you're like, take care of the server. Like whenever we go to Broadway and they like, we got you a table, we got you in for free, you got to skip the line. We're like, well, you better take care of them.
Yes.
That's how that transaction works.
Yes.
Yeah. So now it's free. And I go, wow, I was ready. You know, when you're like ready to like go into your boss's office and demand a raise or go in and break up with a girl and you're like, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. And then she sends you a nice note and you go, no. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ask my boss for a raise today. You know what? I'm going to, it's tomorrow. I'm going to wait till tomorrow. But it was $60 and I tipped like 10.
Okay.
So like, that's crazy. I never have tipped that low.
Which is what,
life.
like 18%?
And then I tried to run out of there because I was scared to see him.
Dang.
Well, not really, but
So you kind of just came up a little bit. You didn't come up all the way.
yeah. But what is $6 on a $60 tab is 10%?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Tipping like
So 12 would have been 20.
yeah, that's really not that much. I mean, well, yeah.
I think after that, I would have went for full 20 on that.
You do.
I would have given it to him for
after
sure.
he acknowledged.
Yeah.
Well, Caleb said he wasn't sorry enough.
Great, Caleb.
He did say that.
Nice.
He goes, I didn't know if he was like.
He's like, I didn't feel it. That wasn't genuine. No. Say it again. Take the waffle and bring it back.
Say
and
you're sorry.
Take it again.
Say you and
Yeah.
what do we have to do that day? By the way, nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
Nothing, dude.
Think about this.
Yeah, think about stuff. What do we have to do? We had nothing to.
We got to go to breakfast, and then we got to get annoyed about something that really doesn't matter,
Yeah.
and then the rest of the day we just got to think about that thing.
Yeah, and
so
then,
we're really busy.
But we'll see you in the green room at 7 p.m. Yeah. We have nowhere to be at all. So fun, but it is. That's why I think that, and that's why I think it's like a moral dilemma.
Yeah.
Because you go, that's why it is so like, you're like, oh, you can just press 0. Like, no, you really can't. Because there is so many, that's why the tipping, like, the topic is so like emotionally charged. Because you go, well, I go, what if they're pooling them all?
Yeah.
Then that guy was doing his job. He was doing great.
Yeah, at that point you got to you got to huddle up with all the other people
Yeah.
that are customers and be like, "How we doing today?"
What do we do? How do you guys feel? Yeah. And are we pooling these? If this is for everybody, then someone needs to tell this is not good.
Yeah.
But then he kind of like acknowledged that it wasn't good. So then
Which we love accountability.
we love it
and
and
self-awareness. So yeah,
And
great.
if I was what I'm trying to do with tipping low is tell him it's not good.
Yep.
But he knows. He knew. So now I'm not getting the message across.
Right. Well, there's no message to get across. He already knows.
Yeah, he already knows.
Yeah.
So you had a good breakfast. Pancakes were fire, by the way.
Good.
Man.
Yeah.
I don't know if I did right.
Yeah. You feel like you got to go back?
No, absolutely not.
Book another weekend out there?